Hey guys, Dr. Brown here with Kubo Math, and today we're looking at the integration of two trig functions with two different angles. Whoa, so let's get after it. You know, lots of times we look at integrals, we'll say, well, we have cosine x times sine x dx. Well, they're the same angle. And maybe that's cosine alpha and sine alpha. We look at things like that. It's always the same angle. What if the angles are different? What if that's cosine of theta or alpha 1 and sine of alpha 2? That's theta 1 and theta 2, d theta. So it's two different angles, and we're integrating that with respect to angles. So what to do there? Well, fortunately, there's product to sum of trig functions. So in this case, you could have two different angles, alpha and beta, let's say. You could have cosine of alpha, cosine of beta, cosine of alpha. Let's write all these down. There'd be four different scenarios here of cosine and sine. So cosine alpha, cosine beta, cosine alpha, sine beta, sine alpha, cosine beta, sine alpha, sine beta. So those would be different scenarios of just sine and cosine with respect to two different angles. So fortunately, there's a product to sum formulas that are out there for each of these. Now I've just listed the one we're going to use here. So we have the integral of cosine mx, so we have this angle, times the cosine of nx, and we're integrating with respect to x. Now, to change that from a product to a sum, cosine of alpha cosine beta equals 1/2 cosine of the difference of those two angles plus 1/2 the cosine of the sum of those two angles. So that's how we're going to change this product. So let's do that. So we have, and actually I'm going to put it into two different integrals. So we have 1/2, and I'll pull that 1/2 to the outside, 1/2 cosine. In our case we have m and n, so m minus n times x dx plus 1/2 the integral of cosine m plus n x dx. So now we've gone from this product to this sum. That's a bad looking 2. Okay, so now let's look at each individually. So let's think about letting u equal m minus n times x. Okay, u sub, hey, you gotta love it. Now du equals m minus n dx. So if we isolate dx, we'll divide both sides by m minus n. So du divided by m minus n equals dx. Okay, so now let's go back to our formula here, which I guess I'm getting a little crowded. So we've got 1/2 the integral of cosine u du over, we're replacing dx with du over m minus n. So it's a constant, m minus n. Put it out there. So now it just becomes a simple integral. So with cosine u, derivative of cosine is minus sine. Integral is plus sine, so we have 1 over 2 m minus n times sine u, sine, but u is m minus n x. Okay, so that takes care of that one, that side, but we'll have the same thing over here, except it's going to be m plus n. So we would end up with 1/2 sine m plus n over plus n. Oh, and there's x, sorry. Okay, so that would be a really short video on how you would take a product of two trig functions with two different angles and separate those using a product to sum, and then integrating each, and we use the u sub here to end up here. So this would be that integral, a repeat of this one except with a positive. Okay, oh, plus c. Oh, we almost messed up. Plus c. Almost had a -1. Whew. Okay, guys, short video, but you can use product to sum or sum to product. There's half angle formulas. There's a variety of things. We'll hit upon some of those in the future. Okay, that's all for now, and we'll talk to you next time. Thanks.